Okay. What is up, gamers? Welcome back to Impossible Game Challenges Daily. I don't remember how to play this game. That's a lie, I do. So, let me see. 2 weeks ago I did this. Oh, hang on. I need to disable flux. Because I can't see shit. There we go. Good. What was this one? Oh, this was these command station things. Right. So this one's all done. Oh, I got to use my 3D printer tech. That was fun. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, excellent. So, what are we in for today? Have I done this one already? That one seems like I've done it. Or is it, oh, I did this one, didn't I? Yeah, okay, so it's not quite the same. So what are we making? Well, this is going to be a welder-free zone, so that's good.
While I was with the overlords, me and my sort created many of the tools you've been using. We'd usually work in pairs. Sometimes it helped, having an extra 4 arms. The conveyor was the first tool we engineered. Real simple, just a belt, a motor, and a highly unstable power core. And the eviscerator? That was all me.
So I think I want to paint the whole side white and then dot the one with red. Now how I do that, I suppose, is the puzzle. So bring this over, rotate that, get rid of those. What does this do? Not what I wanted, okay. Ah, okay, I see the problem. Is this needs to actually come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 further over. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then rotate that way. Get rid of these. Okay, what was I actually trying to achieve with this? Okay, so then one here. And then it rolls it forwards. And then as soon as there's something here, we extend the lifter or something. It's a loose idea right now. Okay, that's not doing quite what I wanted it to do. I mean, it kind of worked at the back there, sort of. What if I just do this? Ah, okay, so that doesn't work, but I need to move them over by 1. This will paint 2 columns worth. Now, how do I paint the 3rd column? Oh, flip-flop. We put this thing on a flip-flop. So every time it comes to the bottom, it flips one way. Every time it comes to the top, it flips the other way. Perfect. So over here is going to be a flip-flop in charge of making sure that we don't get too many in at once. Is the thought. Then bring this around here. So that should... Oh, but I'm stupid and that doesn't work like that. Okay, hang on. Yeah, now we're talking. Why did that do that? Oh, I see the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That needs to go right there. Out of the way. Yeah, that'll work. So now I want this thing on a flip-flop. Does it have to go all the way down? Yeah, it does. Okay, that's fine. And then piston here, piston there. It should start unextended. And then once we hit this point, that's when it should extend. Why am I putting it on this side? Put it on the other side where it belongs. Like that. So we drop it. That extends. We up it. I didn't extend it fast enough. Yeah, that's sort of what I wanted it to do. And then let's see. So here... What was the one to... There was a button to switch. It was C. C is the one to switch. Also, that's too high. That drops. That moves up. Push it forward. Now it needs to drop again. So that would be once it hits here. That should activate this other piston. Whoop. Like that. Not like that though, because that's in the way. We can fix that with a topways sensor. And then get rid of this. This mess needs to go up by 1. And then this wire's in the way, I think. So just move that around. It was not in the way anyway, whatever. I did miss with the sensor, that's an issue. And get rid of this because we don't need it. Down. Okay, now it needs to go forwards again by 1. Why is it not extending the thing? Oh, because it fell. Okay, well that's funny, but not helpful. something like this. Is this anything? No, it missed a spot. That's not anything, is it? That's gonna miss a spot? Yeah, that misses. There's kind of something to it, though. What a weird pattern that makes. In theory, I could do the other side of this on the other side. Like just rotate it around, you know? Oh, that ain't gonna work though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, like that. I think this could actually be there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there, maybe? Nope, missed. Okay, but that's got this around to the back side now. So if we then roll it forwards, 1, 2, and then in to like there. That rotates it. Okay, so once it hits here, it needs to go up. Okay, good, I guess. Now it needs to go forward by 2. And then drop again. I guess I can put this on a flip-flop as well. Wire here. Block. Although I actually want this one to start on, don't I? So there we go. Piston here. Piston there. That sensor activates this piston. Nope, wrong one. Okay, come around this way, and then there. Oh, and now the block doesn't fall, because I'm stupid. There. Up, down, forward one more, and then up again. So that could just be one just back here that's just static. That should now be fully painted, and it is fully painted. That's pretty good. Comes out right here. Okay, that's good. That's good. I need to reset everything. So this is now unextended. That's right. So we just need to unextend it over here. Use U. Does that get in the way? It probably does, right? It does indeed, but just pull it this way. And then put a rotator in there. Well, actually, I don't want to rotate it yet, because it'll be easier to worm through if it's sideways. So give her that. Yeah, bring it down this way now. Alright, so that is the whole side has been painted. That's great. Let's see. So I wanted to hit this point, but like down some. Does that rotate it the right way around? Okay, yep, that does work. That's good. Go ahead and put one right there. And then this sensor can also reset this thing. Let me go ahead and send in the next one. Could probably send the next one earlier than that, but it's fine. So there it goes. The reset did not work. I can't help but notice. Why didn't that work? Ah. Does that fix it? No, it would need to be here. No, now it traps the first one. So you lock behind you. Why did that send two through? Okay, what if I put a piston like here? Does that work? Well, I do need the belt, don't I? I need this belt. But I can run the wire underneath the belt, just like that. There, that's fine. So we want to not delete that, but we do want to lower it. Oh, and then connect it to something. Does that put it at the right height here? Because I want it right in the middle. I see the problem. Yep, that was the right height. So, here, that should line it up, I think, to be right in the middle. Yes. Okay, so then this should be a that weighs belt on a piston. Rotate that, get rid of that. Hold that up with the wires. When this senses, it extends that. That might work. No, I think this needs to be a this ways. Because this here, when we sense that it's in place here, oh, we should do it above. One, two, three, four, five. Then over to here. When we sense it's in place here, that should extend a piston. I have put that one block too low. Try that one again. It can't push because of this pillar I built in the way. That's rookie mistake. And push, and it stamps the whole side there, but it did move. So what if I block it so it can't come back out? Oh, and then need a belt here. No, this one still has to be to the side, doesn't it? There. That is not doing a lot. This piston, those are all pistons, should be over here. And then that can point back ways. So here it comes in. Ooh, got two instead of one. Need to block right here then. Okay, so the piston's taking priority over this die. There is a chance that this die will push this one out. It is not doing that. Okay, So I need this piston to only fire once and then not fire anymore. I guess that means we need a flip-flop. So Will this help, though? Okay, hang on, I know what we can do. When we hit this piston, or this sensor rather, activates this piston to push this block, and it'll go on a little journey. And when the block's here, this one activates the piston over there. Does that achieve anything? It does achieve anything. Exactly as I planned. And then that'll drop it into the middle here for cleanup. Alright, I think that does it. No welders, which is good. It's not exactly a clean solution, but none of mine are, so I don't really care. Nice. Righto, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be right back. All right, that went well. So no welders added to the count. So let's go ahead and do the next one. See if we can get as lucky. Looks like this one needs welding. Disappointing. So we get in these cubes. We need to put poles on the cubes.
That Maruvo kid is fascinated by you soft-skinned meatbags. No offense. Doesn't care about me, last of my sort, lone wanderer Ortis. nobly traveling the stars, building things for you. I don't like it.
So I'm immediately seeing... Okay, we need to combine the poles and the orbs. We need to combine them tall ways. And then we need to put them on the big square. So that we can do that all with vertical welds only. I think the poles are too tall. Yeah, so I need to knock the heads off the poles. Put the orbs on. And then put them on a square. Okay. So this is going to be the system that gets what am I making? This mess is going to be responsible for blocking the poles since we have 4 of them. So there's 4 poles, and then no more poles are coming. Great. We can go ahead and eviscerate the hats off of the poles as well. Right there will do it. Yeah, there we go. I think they're still too tall, right? Those are 4 tall, so... Yeah, there we go. Now I also need 2 of these guys. I'll do a similar setup because it worked so well. So that is belt coming this way. That, some of those. Block here, piston on it. Sensor there. And then piston here. Put the flip-flop on top just to be cute. That goes there, face that way. And then connect those. And this comes around the back, connects to this. Ah, and then this needs to point this way. So that's 4 orbs and 4 poles. Great. Now we need to stack them on top of each other and weld them together. Okay, this should be over here, right? Or do I want the orbs already in place? I guess it's a little column A, little column B, right? Let's lift the orbs. There. Move these forward. Doop. move. Alright, so the orbs get there a little too early. I'm having trouble visualizing how to set this up. I guess we'll put the pole in place first and then put the orb in. So there's the pole. There's our 2 welders. Oh, that is exactly the right height without having to... Interesting. Okay, so if I just need to sort of line these up. Ooh, that was pretty good. No, moved it the wrong way. More this way. Why is that one so much faster than the rest? What's that about? Okay, once the block is in place here, it can activate a piston down here. And then it needs to move these out of the way somehow. Also one here. Okay, that's made 4 poles. Now it'll be interesting to get the welders out of here. But we have made the 4 poles. So once we spawn a cube, I no longer want cubes. So flip here, flop there, sensor. No, it needs to go over here. Okay, this can't go here. There's not enough space. Put it up here. There. And then... There we go. Problem solved. So... This thing... I want to sort of strategically eviscerate it. So for the moment, let me just power that like this. Actually, it should be once it's in place, right? So connect all that. That connects to that thing. And then we need eviscerators. One here. One here. One there. And one here, maybe. No idea if this is right. This is a guess. Oh, good guess. Nice. So, now what we want to do is, when we hit that sensor, it's going to activate a flip-flop, which is going to be what activates that piston down there. Get rid of all this junk. Great. And then another sensor here. Once we reach that point, we can retract the thing. I see the problem. This sensor needs to be here, so it won't keep reactivating, rather than back there. I will support this with a support beam there, but that means that I need like a little lid. Yeah, just like that. That's perfect. Also, that means I can put a belt here, right? Yeah, and then it just comes out. Nice. All right. So now that's in place. Now what? I need to run the welders all around it. So what if I put a lifter here? That looks pretty good. Is that about right? Then through here. Yeah, there we go. Because my thought now is I can run the lifters along, or run the welders rather along like this. This side's a little bit too big. I will need to muck with the corners though, but yeah, that's okay. We can. There's the general plan, right? And then get this off of there, you know, somehow. Top weights belts or something. I don't know. Right. So we need to deal with this situation. I can go one higher than that even. Oops, take that back. Is that the right height? I think so, yeah. Alright, now they're against the ceiling. So I can just put one right above me here. And let's see. That's not gonna fit, right? No. So, okay, cool. What we can do here is like that, and then a block, like that, and then a block, like that, and then a block, like that, and this one can just go in. And when we hit here, that's going to activate the pistons. That shove everything into place. Perfect. There. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I need to get the welders over here. Now, how on earth do I get them out from this freaking apocalypse they're in? This wire doesn't need to go over them. So I could float them out. Potentially. Like this will still work, right? Yeah. So I could float them out. If I could get a floater in there. Wiring's a little tight. Piston here is not impossible. So like that. And then something triggers this piston. It also fires the one below, but that doesn't... Actually, could be here. Probably could be something with this cube, right? Like, just one here. Something like this. That's probably far enough along timing-wise to activate the welders. And I connect to something I shouldn't have? No, we're good. Nope, that's too early. Can't do that yet. Okay, I'll just connect to this one then. And bring that down. There, so that, we know for sure that the welders are ready to come down by then. There they go. Great. How high do I need to put this to catch them? That's probably too low, right? Yeah, I could go one higher on that. There she goes. Okay. So then that's actually exactly the right height to connect to the hypercube. So we'll first swing past there. Does this turn them the right way? It does. Okay. Getting a little ahead of myself actually with this mess. We'll come out there. Need the double piston things. And then the pistons. There we go. And then that's not supported and I need to fix that, but we'll do that in a minute. Oops, those aren't where those go. Hook that down and under roots. And then connect that. And then one of these. Do. Rotate that. Okay, these now need to hold something. There. So that is fully welded, which is good. I kind of like dropping the welders there, actually. That might make it easier to fish the cube out. Let's see. 3. Piston can go here and the welders can slide under it. So the welders will drop. Let's drop them here. They can land. No, they can't land on a rotator because I can't get them back out. But they can land on a single belt into a rotator. Need to do one lower. Well, if they're gonna go on a belt anyway, I'm gonna put it here. With a sensor here. That is a blocker. I wanted to rotate it. There we go. And then when that sensor is activated, not only does it rotate or knock the welders off there, it will also come around here and power this thing. Oh, that might get in the way of the rotation though. Let's bring it out by one. There. What does that do to the cube? So it does send it the wrong way. That's all right. I can put a block here. I think that fixes that. There goes the cube. Perfect. I hope I've made the right thing. I did make the right thing. So that's promising. Now we just need to get the welders back in place. So you guys come this way. And then we'll put a lifter and an upside down ways thing. That somehow gets them up to right here. Actually, we can just dump them from here, can't we? Something's stuck. Oh, okay. I'm dumb. This needs to be one block further over to clear the way for those lifty guys. And that's back in place. And I'll add a sensor here. That's going to be the reset switch. So what needs to reset? This flip-flop, which is impossible to power. I think that still works. This one, which is much easier to power. There, and then the one all the way across the map. So is it you? It's you, yeah. So I need to connect these. I think that does it. No, the question is, does it reset properly? We need to let in 4 poles and 4 hats. 4 poles, that's 5 hats. That's too many hats. But I think we get away with it. Let me throw an eviscerator here. I think that's okay to have an extra hat. Because there's just barely room to get rid of it. Ah, something hasn't worked with this setup though, because there's no cube. Why was there not another cube? Where did cube go? Oh, so 2 just came out back to back for some reason. Now, why'd they do that? Oh, do I need to put a corner in this to split them? What if I get rid of this? And then... well, there's still this wire in the way here. I could move it. There. That'll mean only 1 cube can get through. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I like this one. I like this one. I mean, it does take a while to cycle, admittedly. But that's because it's another welder one. Well, I say that. Even the one I didn't use any welders took a while to cycle. So, maybe that's just a me problem. I thought, though, when the welders were that crammed in there with all their crap all around them, it'd be a little hard to pull them out of their little fortress. But it's not too bad. In some ways, using the welders to time the cycling of everything is easier than what I usually do, where I have to put a signal somewhere that's like, okay, this is in place now. Now fight, like, oh, this piece is in place. Fire this other piece, right? So having the whole thing run off of like the welders is not the worst thing in the world. There we go. Nice. So let me mark there. That we got. That was 9-4. This is 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. 9-4 in 2 welders. Let's see what the next one is. The space buoy. Is this another painty one where I don't use welders at all? What are we looking at? No welding's definitely involved. Oh gosh, this one. Okay, I actually remember this one from playing this normally. Being kind of a mess. You have to... I mean, the welding aspect will be easy. I'm trying to think if I want to do this today or do this next time. I've been pretty tired all day today. I think I'll save this for next time. Let's get the lore, though.
Dave has been trying to get me to eat what he calls fish cake. I asked him what was in it, but he didn't really know. I told him that me and my sort don't consume animal protein. He called me a vegan and then walked away laughing. Is that an insult? It sounds like an insult.
Fair enough. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Okay, so first of all, I know I'm only going to want one at a time of these guys. So sensor, piston. Make a flip-flop. Wire that to this piston here, up and over roots, sensor. There. So that's sorted. As far as only getting one big tower. And then, I also want only one of these. Okay. Big tower needs to get eviscerated. So one goes here. One here. Not right. Support that. There we go. And then another one on top. I guess this could just be over here, right? That one can't move. Okay, so there we go. And then pull it this way. Nope. There we go. Up and over the roots. Actually, I think these can, those are lifters. Can go here. There. So that makes the big middle finger, which is just what we want. Let's bring it around the back here. Does it fit under? It does fit under. Great. So I only want one of these as well. And I'm going to do this weird setup because I think there's just going to be a lot of these coming out. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just throw away half of them just like for the hell of it. Let's see. There we go. So then this comes around town. Need to get this in the right place. I was way too early. So, plop that down right there. Right here. One more. Sick. Sensor here. Piston there. You don't reach the ceiling, right? Yeah, there's one room, there's one block of clearance. So I can snake this under here. That probably doesn't need to go so far around, but whatever. The only two welders we need are these two, so they can just be static. And then there it goes. Okay, so now that's all the welding done. Now it's a matter of painting the thing, ding. Ah. Assuming I'm not an idiot. Which is a tall task. Great. So. We need white. And red. Okay, so Here's my thought. If I do this, is that going to put it where it's ready to do the thing? Yes. Okay, great. So, although actually I can ensure that it's ready if I do something more like this. So that gets the bottom. And then I want to rotate it twice and send it through again. I cannot rotate it twice there. It's too close. Okay, good. Does that work? Does it do anything? So, two. The second time it comes through here, I'll make it take a different path. Assuming it hits this point. No, I made that one block too low. And that's too far back. Does it hit that point? I'm not sure. It did hit that point. So that means that a piston here, that's a sensor, will extend a lifter underneath the belt. That should be on a flip-flop. So connect that. And then the counter there. Okay, that's what I wanted it to do. No, it hasn't done both sides yet. Why hasn't it done both sides? Did it see it twice? I think it's seeing it twice. Can I move this over? Why not? Oh, because the belt. How about now? No, it still saw what? Oh, it's because I'm stupid. This activates it anyway. Because that's how the game works. There. And then there it goes. Okay, so now I need a way to get it off of there. Is that the right height? Could be higher. Could be lower. So we found the perfect height for that to be at. Here. It'll hit that, won't it? No? Okay, now we're talking. That is out of the way. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 off of you, and then a belt that way. And then 3, and then a belt that way. Ah, that's in the way. There, make a little hole for it. Perfect. So now we do the same thing, but 1 block lower. How did that flip itself? There, I think that works for painting all the white squares. Then it'll be a matter of getting it out of this loop. Okay, okay. I think that's 1 too low. That should be right. Then hook this to here. also that... No, actually, something needs to deactivate this. It can be the same thing that deactivates everything, actually. So that's fine. We leave that alone. No, it's going to hit that, so move it back one. Wonder if I could rope in the red bit as well, actually, while I'm doing this. So, like, this one hits just one rotator, and it keeps going. What does that look like? Not great, because it hits this. What if the rotator's like here? Okay, it keeps going. What if it's here? Oh, then it'll get in the way of this one. Well, I haven't built that one yet, I don't care. Yeah, and we do this. So that gets a red stripe on the bottom as well. Then another rotate. And then we catch it on this belt. But it needs to... Huh. And then this. That's one too far. There. So that's the whole bottom bit done. Then we go up and over the roots, drop it down. Okay, that's a perfect turn. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Alright, and then one of these. Where does that end up? We go up and over the roots, white, red. Alright, and that's ready to be painted. Where does this put it? And that might as well be a conveyor belt, since I don't care about efficiency. This should paint everything. And red. And white paint, red paint. So it's all done. It's even rotated the right way around. Now we catch it with the lifter. Cool. I think that was like here. We need another lifter to catch it with. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So it should go here. If that's not in the way of anything. Which it might be. But I think it clears it. Yeah, it should clear it. Yep, so we're up here now. I could kick it back this way. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's how it's gonna escape. Yeah, so you come on along to here. One more there. Then drop it in. And also... which part am I looking at here? When the second sensor fires, that can reset all this stuff. Oh, actually, that might be in the way. And this one. Actually, when the first one fires, it could reset the second one. Yeah. So when this one fires, it can reset this one. That's crazy. I think that does it. Okay, no, it didn't work. The block got there too fast. I can fix that with a classic bit of wibble wobble. Oh yeah, because the two blocks are already queued up the second time. That kind of makes sense. This one's going to take a minute. But I think we've got it. We do not have it. This one did not paint. So the second one didn't go through this loop twice. Why? There's one. There's two. There's a reset. Oh, it didn't do this loop twice. Hi, how are you? Pretty good. I've nearly got this one done. It's having trouble on the reset. I think I've done something wrong. Okay, so that is around, and why didn't it power this guy? Oh, do counters not power out of their face like that? Is that the problem? Hey! Yeah, I really like this game. So it's basically, you get, we're on one of the latest levels. You get in these different shapes. Like over on this side, I'm getting in this big rectangle of blocks. And then over on this side, I'm getting in these single little pieces like this. And then each level you have a goal shape to make. So I'm supposed to make this thing with these red and white bits, and then this little pole, and then the block on the top. So to do that, over here, starting with the big square, I use the eviscerators and knock off the top to make this shape that I want. And then we take one of these little top piece blocks and put it on the top. This thing at the back here, this is the welder, so that connects those two pieces. I'm trying to use as few of these as I have to. So then to get the paint on, we send this through. That paints this side white, and we rotate it, and then this paints this side red. Yeah. And then, so it comes back around, because I need to paint the other two sides as well. So paint this white, paint this red. This is a piece called a counter, so every second time it goes past, something different happens. So I extend this thing there to push this out, make it go somewhere else. And then the whole point of that is so that I can then paint the top half of this piece. So it runs around. There those go. And then that activates this counter, so that lifts it up out of here and releases, I have this piston here keeping more pieces from coming in, so it releases the next piece. And then we deliver this one. And then what wasn't working was the second piece was leaving too early. So I need to check that the reset works. So there it paints itself. And this should reset over here. Okay, it did that time. So I think we're good actually. So one of the interesting things that has come about with the minimum welder idea. I mean, I love this game. I really like this game. I highly recommend if you think this looks at all interesting. And it goes on sale during all the summer. It's on Steam. You know, you can get it on sale like the summer sale or whatever. So, yeah, I like this game. This game is called Infinifactory. I think I have that as the category right now. If I don't, it's because I forgot to update it, and we're still playing Into the Breach, which would be my bad. It's called Infinifactory. This level only had one weld to make, so the minimum welders thing doesn't really matter, because You only... So, one welder on its own doesn't do anything. You need at least two. Okay, great. I was worried because yesterday I did forget to update. And half of my Into the Breach stream, we were playing Fantastic Contraption. So, one welder on its own doesn't do anything. You need at least two so that they can connect stuff together. So, in this particular level, since there's only one weld to do anyway, the minimum welder challenge that I'm doing didn't really make too much of a difference. And this solution is just slow because I'm not good at the game. Once this one's... You have to make 10. See, so we need to deliver 4 more. So when this one comes in, that'll drop down to 3. And once you make 10 of them, it kind of goes, okay, yeah, you probably can make infinity of them. Yep, I'm going to do Fantastic Contraption on Friday, is the plan. I got most of the way through Fantastic Contraption 2, and I got stumped towards the end. So I want to finish Fantastic Contraption 2 on Friday. And if there's time, I'm going to play the Prius edition as well, because that's funny. But yeah, I did not mean to Fantastic Contraption bait you. Yeah, they've updated a few times since the Flash game. I think we need one more. Yeah. Once this one's done, I'm gonna pop open a previous level that I did, and I really like this game. I recommend it a ton. Alright, so that was I'll continue. That was level 9-5. Let me update my welder count statistics here. 9-5. We did that in 2 welders. Nice. I hope it goes on sale soon and you like it. So let me pull back up 9-4 that I did. And this is one where the welder count thing actually made a difference. So the piece we're trying to make is this big block thing. It's got this block part. There's these like sort of pipes vertically, and then there's these little hat parts. So the pieces that we get to work with are these pipes. So I have to cut off the top 2 blocks because they're too tall. We get in the little hats, and then we get in these big blocks that I have to knock some of the pieces out of. So there's like multiple different welds to do here. I need to combine. So the way that I approach this is, first over here I weld the little hats to the little poles, and while that's going on, the block sort of prepares itself. Yeah, so each level gives you some stuff. I'll start a new one in a second. I just wanted to show off because I was kind of proud of this. And then these go in place up here and then drop down and land where they need to end up. So then, yeah, so then here come the welders on a little conveyor belt, right? And then they move around this piece and do all the welds they need to. So I can reuse the same set of 2 welders by moving it around on a conveyor belt. So I was pretty happy with this one. Yeah, let me start a new level so we can actually take a look at what you get to work with. Also, again, yeah, that's something I absolutely love about this, is that all of your factory block pieces can be moved around just like the pieces here. So like if I make a conveyor belt and then I put like some more conveyors on it, like they'll all move each other. Or if I put, these are like rotators, if I put this here and like it'll rotate the conveyor belt. So you can do all sorts of weird stuff by building a factory that, you know, strategically disassembles itself. I think that's very cool. From what mostly you don't super need to do that unless you just kind of want to. But the whole point of this challenge is to do that. I'm glad I've convinced you. Give me just a second. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, and we'll take a stab at this level. when I started doing this challenge, or I did not realize that you could move the factory parts. So I thought, yeah, there's a couple levels with teleporters, but you don't get to use those. Those are sort of fixed in place. So I thought it was going to be a challenge that was just how many times can I pass stuff by the same set of welders until I can't do it anymore. And then I found out that you can move the welders, and then the whole world changed, basically. This is a little bit imposing. So let's see. What we need to do is this big block of stuff. I need 2 of those. Those are going to be the little thruster bits. We get in game changer for sure. These like stack of 3 cardboard boxes. So we need to put 3 cardboard boxes on the ends of those, 3 there, and then it looks like. So this one here is actually a 4 block tall piece of cardboard boxes. There's this thing. Okay, that comes in sets of 3 already. And then there's this thing, which is that's my laser. I have that as a piece. That's the same piece, just slightly darker. So, how on earth do I put this together? I think I can do this with only horizontal welds, because everything's already coming in big stacks of 3 or whatever. Although getting these guys in at the bottom might be tricky. I'm thinking maybe I want to make this part first and then slot these things on. So like, do this. Oh, first put those 2 like that. That'd be step 1, is put this with some cardboard boxes behind it. Then we put the cardboard box wings on. And then we put the little lasers on. And then separately I assemble the sort of these bits. And they would look something like, oh, where did the oh, I gotta do the thrusters separately too. Yikes. Yeah, I didn't realize these were gonna be separate. That's kind of icky. Okay. I could still do that with horizontal welds though. It'd just be a pain in the ass. With the lifters, the world's really our oyster here. It's just, Because what I was thinking was then after making this shape, then we can make these guys. And I was thinking I would eviscerate these 2 cardboard boxes, just sort of slot them on, and then weld right here to connect them. But I gotta put the thrusters in the back as well. Which is, that's, Let's do it anyway. Let's send it. See what happens. So that's gonna be, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 7 stacks of cardboard boxes for every one of these and 2 lasers. We can do that. So this piece here is a piston. This is a sensor. So when the sensor sees a block in front of it, it sends out a signal, and the piston reads the signal. So then, wabamo, there you go. I'm gonna make a little thing up here. I call these T flip-flops because they remind me of those in Minecraft. But basically, this piston is gonna push that block, and then I can hook this sensor to this piston. So once that extends, it will stay extended until I push the block back over. So it's like a memory kind of thing. It remembers. Me when I remember. Now I need 2 of these. Yeah! So you can use, it works if they're touching, or it works with these orange wires. So you see they kind of light up? So when this sensor activates, it activates this piston because it's touching it, and it also activates this piston because it's wired to it. It's kind of like redstone in Minecraft. I'm going to do a similar thing over here. I want 2 of these exactly. Oh, fair enough. Then that's not a very good comparison, is it? So I'm going to do another one of these kind of things over here. And so this one is going to make sure that I get 2 of these laser pieces, and then no more laser pieces until I'm ready for them. I need 7 cardboard boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. It's not a good comparison in this particular instance, I suppose. And then hook these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. And then one more of these little doodads. And that will keep this last die extended. So there's my 7 cardboard box stacks. I need to weld one of these to this die. Let's put a block here. Oh, another thing in this game is, you might have noticed already, blocks have gravity. So if I have a block kind of floating like this, it'll fall. But as long as it's connected to something, it won't fall. Certain pieces, so like this conveyor belt, if I put something on the side of it, it'll hold it. But if I put it on top, it'll shove it. And the same kind of thing. It's really cool with pistons. If you, let me just use a sensor here as an example. Put a bunch of stuff on the face of a piston like that, then it all stays attached to the piston as it moves. So you can build all sorts of really weird stuff. Oh, 2 sensors next to each other. Like facing each other? Does that work? Alright, let me hear this. Sorry, what was I trying to do? I need to weld this guy to a cardboard box. Oh, right. Yeah, they'd be next to each other then, wouldn't they? That can be useful for, like, delaying a signal. If you need to activate it for longer. Alright, so. You come over here. There. So. And we are going to place the welders. I'm still thinking I can get away with all horizontal. If I put them like this, the welders will stay stuck to each other, but be able to move otherwise. So I'm thinking that that's good enough. I think I don't need to do each one separately. I think I can have them stuck together like that. So here comes the cardboard. All right. Next, we want to put the wings on. So these pieces are lifters, and they'll sort of shove stuff up in the air. I can put this in the same kind of belt. There, like that. And I learned this tip, is that if you put an upside down conveyor on a lifter, then when the thing gets up to the height... So yeah, the way the welders work, there's two kinds of welder. There are the horizontal oriented welders, and then there's these vertical oriented welders. And so each welder, like the piece that it's facing, it shoots this little laser beam into. So here's the welder, and then the block it's pointing at has a little laser beam in it. And so when two of these laser beam blocks are next to each other, they form a weld beam, but you can't connect them with cables or anything. So you can do like two welders side by side like that. You can do two welders vertically like that. You can do them like this, like across. One time I found a situation where doing this was useful. You can connect them in really weird ways if you combine the vertical and horizontal welders. So like the two vertical ones can combine like that, but you see this vertical one's also combined with the horizontal one. But you can't do... the two pieces being welded have to be right next to each other in some way, which makes some shapes kind of hard to do. If like you have a shape like... If you have a shape like this, and then you want to weld something right here, that's pretty hard to do because there's not really anything like connecting to it. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was playing with this stuff. So I'm going to raise these two up and then drop them in place like this. So my sneaky scheme here... Oh, don't go there though, because that'll block the welders. If I put a block here, and then a belt here, and then rotate there, and then put a sensor behind this one, and a piston over here, then the cardboard pieces should fall into place to the sides of this thing. And then they do. There we go. I also, while we're here, can put the lasers in. Those would go in those little arms. So let's grab the lasers. Do them as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the right height? I always forget how high the lifters go. Nope, one too high. Oh, a lot of these parts you don't start the game with unlocked. Like you gradually unlock the parts as you play the game. So if you do get it and you're like, where's the upside down conveyor belt? Where's the, this, it's like, you don't worry about it. Alright, we're gonna do something real similar to what we just did. That goes there, and wires along here, sensor there. This one should be a block, and we put a piston on it. So this should drop the little laser pieces into place. There they go. Boom. So now what I want to do is to pass the welders in front of all this. Yeah, so there's two kinds of conveyor belt. There's the normal right ways up conveyor belt, and then there's the upside down conveyor belt. And the upside down conveyor belt, so if I just put a block on it, it just falls off. But if there's a lifter underneath, and the way lifters work is that they push the piece up. So if there's a lifter underneath this block holding it up, then it'll ride along the upside down conveyor belt. There's also cases where the upside down belts are useful. If I have a piece that's really big like this, then you could move it like that. And probably the best feature of the upside down conveyor belts is that you can make little cars with them. There, look at it go. I hit the wall, but you get the idea. So what I want to do over here is to pass the welders in front of this. If I pass the welders at this height, they'll weld everything together. I like the car too, but then this conveyor belt's going to be in the way. So I'd rather pass them here. I also am a big fan of the car. So to do this, I'm going to make a different kind of car. So we'll put a piston. This should be a blocker. There's an alternative to the piston. It's called a blocker. And it's just the same thing but inverted. So when you power it, it unextends. That's all there is to that, really. Let's see. Okay, so what I want to do is load the two welders into here. So piston here. If I put a conveyor belt on the piston, when I power this piston, it will pull the it'll push the conveyor belt forward and pull the welders where I want them, ideally. So there we go. And then once the laser lands in place, it activates that sensor. So then the conveyor belts start moving, which is good. They don't quite go where I want yet, but that's because I haven't built that part of the factory yet, so of course they don't. And I need to rotate them. And I never remember which way is the right way to rotate them. That's the wrong way. Right, so now they're facing the way I want them to face. So we can pull them this way and then this way. It's going to be a pain getting all these other cardboard boxes out, but we'll deal with it. Oop, that's too early. Put a block here to stall it. So now the welders are going to move forward and land in this little vehicle. So if I put a sensor here and then hook it up like this, once they're in the little car, it should pull back the blocker. Oh, it's not moving because this wire here, no. What's holding this in place? This conveyor belt is. Gotcha. Okay, so this is a little bit stupid. So that conveyor belt was connected to the car or to the little vehicle, so that's why it wasn't moving. So what I can do is put the conveyor belt there instead and have it fall into place and land on this block. Now it's not connected to the little to this little U shape. So once we retract this blocker, there it goes. Okay, problem there. The blocker pushed the car off the belt. We can fix that with that. It's nearly there, I swear. Okay, so that has passed through and welded all this junk together. So this is like the front of the ship. That is this part here. So that's pretty good. We have that now. I would say that's pretty good. I'm going to put a piston here for later. That'll be to pull it back down. Now I would like to get the welders back. So what I can do there is turn. I'll have a turn right here. And when the little vehicle hits the turn, it's going to move to backwards and then just sort of drop the welders out of it. And then we need to reset the vehicle. Probably it's easier to go under at this point, actually. Just bring it underneath everything like that. There it goes. Oop, too early on the lifter. I do realize this is rapidly becoming a mess, but there's a concept here. And there that goes. So right here, put an upside down belt. And then that can go into a right ways up belt here. There. That should reset the car. Yeah, no, it's going to get a lot worse than this. I'm hoping I have space. This is an enclosed level. I've done this fairly compact. So we're probably okay. Getting this thing out is going to be interesting. Let's see, I want a piece right there, if I can do that, and then right there. How do I support this? Like that. Okay, so now we're going to turn our attention to the other side. I need to get these little doodads pretty good. I've made a mess so far on that side, and that's not even addressing this side. So good stuff all around. I need 2 of these things. So I'll do a variation on that same thing I've been doing. And build one of these. Snake that through there. There we go. And that falls in the pit, so let's put a little belt there so it doesn't do that. Oh, that does not how that works. There. Okay, so that's those guys. And then I need to arrange them with these guys. Let's see, so that's going to mean to rotate. Can you rotate? Or do I need to get the other way? That one was able to. There. And there. Good enough. So we'll have our 2 of those. I need to put these things on the back now. Let's see. So I need 6 of each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't do that though, because the pistons would be in the same spot. I mean, you know what? This one can just not really care too much. Oh, Sometimes it gets all weird when... Do like that. And then pistons through here. Oop, wrong way around. There. And then sensor here. Connect all these to... Connect them to the sensor but underneath. In slot... This is the counter. So... you put it... It's a sensor but it only activates every like 6th one or whatever. If I was smart, I could use that right here and it'd be super helpful. But I'm so used to doing it this way that I just do it this way. So it's like what it'll do, like you can set it. So right now it's all set to 2. So every second thing it sees, it puts out the signal. And you can like every 3, every 4, I think it goes up to 9. So I could just use that and then have it set to like every 6th one do something. And I wouldn't need any of this thing that I'm making right now. That's kind of the upshot of that piece. I did use one in a previous level. So, you know, I used it once. Pretty good. There. Did that actually give me 6 of these? 3, 4, 5. Ah, see, that one's too slow. So that does need to face that way. Let's put another one here. I'll deal with that when we have to deal with it later. Whatever. So, these dies now need to stack up next to these dies so I can weld them on. Great, so that'll be a spot and then 2 and then 2 more. And okay, so that lines up here. Right along here. So go ahead and pop these up and over the roots. Is that too high? Oh, it is too high because I used a rotator instead of a lifter. Rookie mistake. That's exactly the right height. Fantastic. Yeah, that clears. That clears. We're good. Although this one should kind of come like this. Loop that around. Block here, belt there. Block here for support, piston, sensor. Oh, and then I need to actually hook the rest of these up so that they'll actually take the path I just made. That one didn't make it. Okay, so this one's lined up. Then this one. Same plan. Rotate that one, block here, block there, sensor there, piston there. Get rid of this mess. Put that piston back though, I liked it. Up that falls now, so we can hold it with this wire. And I need an upside down belt here. There. Alright, so that all that mess is in place now. So now I'm going to get the welders over here for them to do their thing. So they drop out and land right here. I'll put a rotate. And the welders are facing that way. Oop, that doesn't work. Excellent, that's exactly how I wanted them to do. Doop, doop. There we go. So bring you along here. And along here. That's perfect. I'm gonna put this lifter here. Upside down belt there. Connect that to the floor. Alright, how does that work out on timing? I feel like that's pretty good. Like, this will be ready long before those guys get here, right? Alright, so that welds all these guys together. Then we can send it over here. So that gets all those. And then I need down here to rotate it. Which way is that going to send them? Yeah, it would. It's really cool if you do that. They just hold in the air. And then when the welders come through, it will push the welders against the belt and then move them just like that. That's a tip I saw from someone else playing this game. I thought it was very cool. One more than that. Does that work? Not sure how I'm going to get these things out of here at the moment. We'll figure that out later. I missed slightly on that weld. Let's fix that. Whoop. Whoop. No, that doesn't need to be there. There we go, and then roll them over that set. Okay. So that fully assembles the this bit of the thrusters, which is good. Now what on earth do I do with them? I guess I could shove them back ways. I mean, they can come over this lifter, because I could put a block here, and that would keep them from lifting. Actually, just this one would. Right? And then because I have all this path, like, running the welders around the big block, there's not a lot of space for me to sort of pull it back with, you know? Let me... If I get rid of that, does everything fall? It does. Nice. If I do this, then I have room to put in a piston here and here. So these can extend, and that'll be what pulls the big blocks out of the way. Where do the welders land at the moment? They land under here. So... we can sneak a sensor in right there. So when the welders fall through this weird hole... Well, it should be a flip-flop. I need to remember. Not like that, though. There. I can get rid of this support beam, actually. The wires work just fine as support beams. So you don't... It can be connected with any block. It doesn't have to be like a block that seems like it should be able to support something. So connect that. One there. That'll be how the big pieces get escape from their prison. There they go. That works pretty well. Right, so the next thing to do is gonna be putting the cardboard boxes on these guys. Let me get them rotated, because they're facing the wrong way at the moment. Also, testing this is going to start taking forever. Ah, it can't rotate. I need to make it go around a corner. What am I trying to do next? Okay, next I want to spin them around. Although, actually, this is facing the wrong way too, so I could just build the whole thing backwards and then spin them right at the end. Let's raise these pieces. I'm going to build a little dummy of this piece. I think the next thing I want to do is take the rest of the cardboard boxes and put them on like that on one side and then like that on the other side. That's my current intention. The main reason I don't always use the don't support the lift, just put upside down conveyor belts floating on top of the lifters and don't support it, The main reason is because then I get confused where different paths are, and I make stuff that runs through each other. So that's part of why I like to make fully supported upside down belts, even though you don't strictly have to. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, there we go. So I can use upside down belts here and here. That's made a mess. How tall are these? You can go for all that, right? That's true. I could... I'm debating whether I want to spin them early or spin late. And I'm thinking I want to spin late. Like, just assemble the whole thing backwards and then spin it into position. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. So the whole point of this little exercise was to move these blocks to somewhere where I have a little bit more space to work with them. Hence why they're up here now. So yeah, I'm going to bring the big pieces up and over the roots. And then get the cardboard in. Is this good over here? This is good to go, yeah. So while the welders are down here, and they're actually facing the right way even, bring them out here. Where do they end up doing that? Oh, right in front of Ortis. Okay, that works. We can work with that. There should be 4 more cardboard boxes I'm not using. Yeah. So, let's get these out of here. And then I will use the upside down belt tech here because I really don't care where they end up. That's 1 too high. There. One, two, three, four. Perfect. And then so if the welders are here, that's exactly where I want them to weld this. That's great. So we'll add a blocker here. And once the welders are in position here, we can retract the blocker. So these guys are going to wait here for like forever. Here they come. Welders in position. Release the cardboard boxes. Ah, it needs a corner in it. There we go. What this is going to do is weld the boxes into 2 sets of 2. There we go. Okay, great. And I've conveniently gotten it here next to the other lifter staircase, so I kind of know how high each stair needs to be. I still messed it up, but that's okay. Hang on, does this work or does this die go nuts? There go those. Here these come. Yeah, I mean, that works. Yeah, when you have the pieces all chained up on a blocker or whatever like that, they all get very very close together. So yeah, just sort of inserting a turn, even if the path doesn't need to turn, just kind of inserting a turn in there anyway can sort of add just enough of a delay to make it work. I think this works here. It'll take a minute to get there. Here they come. This one's doing its best. I think we're double using that one. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's add a rotate right here. You have to be careful with the rotators because if the piece would sort of clip through other pieces while it rotates, it won't do it. So there has to be enough space for the piece to rotate. Luckily, these are taking so long that there's plenty of time. Okay, so these now need to go up a third time. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Does that clears there? Yeah, that clears. Okay. So here it comes. Which side? Oh, that's gonna be in the way. I forget which side. Like if they need to go right here or 4 blocks out. Like, how are these guys sitting here? You know what I mean? Okay, they need to go right here and right here. We can certainly do that. That's actually perfect. I've lined it up exactly where I wanted them. That never happens. And then same kind of deal here. Throw a sensor there and wire it to a piston here, which will knock these pieces into place. But these pieces need special treatment, which is this. Ooh, can I still attach them? Yes. There that goes. Here come the cardboard boxes. So if I weld here, I mean, getting that weld angle is going to be tricky, though. Yeah, that's an excellent point, is that you could do, and then make sure that you support it, not next door. Yep, there it goes. But we already have the double piston extend thing, which is way cooler. So, you know, I think I need to drop this whole setup. Like down a level, not like get rid of it. Give me just a second. I need to go to the bathroom, and then we'll get this thing sorted. That's all right. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. And if you do pick this game up, I hope you enjoy it, because I really like it. Absolutely one of the games of all time, in my humble opinion. Also, I think I know what we're going to do here. But yeah, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. I can weld this right here, and this one right there. So to have room for that, this belt needs to move down by one. We can do that just like that. And then I need the welders back. So we'll say once we see a part here, that probably means they're good to go. And so that will activate like a belt or something. Let's see. Sideways belt, piston. Ooh, that's attached to Ordis, isn't it? What about over here? So they come through right here. So right here. Excuse me. Thank you. You never miss with those. Consider it appreciated. Right, so this should push the lifter out. It did not push it out very long, but that is long enough to work with. Because I can have an upside down belt here. Yeah, exactly. And that'll get them onto a proper lifter. I think this really jank-ass setup, I think this will successfully pull the welders out of their little prison right here. Yeah, there they go. Alright, so they made it up to here. And put that there. We need them to go pretty far. Oh, whoops. 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 There. Nope. Ah. That can't be there. It needs to be here. That's the problem. Too many toasters. Alright, now it's up here. So, upside down belt there. Lifter there. Great. Upside down belt here. Lifter there. Great. Upside down belt here. Lift, just be really excessive. There we go. Now we're talking. That actually might be a little too high. No, I can use the classic tech. And then belt here. So that should successfully pull the lifters out of their little prison there. Bring it up and over the roots. Need to rotate them around twice. That should do it, I think. Let's test with one more time with the blocks. Alright, so it needs a belt right here. Okay, so we move the lifters, or the welders even, to here. They drop down and fall through this little hole right here. And that needs to be supported. Should we do like that? Okay, I think this will weld one of the two rocket engines. Here they come. Up the wall of mystery. And okay, so the problem there is that my conveyor belt blocks this. That's fixable. I just need to drop this thing. Oh. We'll drop that as well. I think that still works. I think I could... No, dropping any more would be difficult. Not technically impossible, though. Yeah, that works. That clears. That clears. We're good. So that's that well done. Now I need to catch the welders from underneath. So I just do this. And then they hit a lifter here. That should get the other weld. I like how this takes ages to test now. Boom. Here come the welders. That weld done. Underneath. That weld done. Great. I can put a belt here to pull the lifters out. Or pull the welders out, even. Okay. So. Now we want to do that. Add a way to get the blocks back. So that on this side. And that on this side. Those will extend and then pull the blocks down. That can be just on some sensors just here, I think. I think that'll do it. I think that clears it. If I do this just right, I could actually drop these onto that thing. Like I could get that where it needs to be and then drop them on. Ah, I see the problem. How big were those? They're 4 long, right? Yeah, so we do a little bit of up and under roots action. That'll hold that on so that this belt doesn't push it off. There they go. And it still pushed them off. Because I can't count. That's the real problem here. That should do it. Here come the cardboard boxes. They're in place. Here's the welders. They weld the cardboard boxes, and then these guys drop. Okay, excellent. So it's kind of right here. I want to put this thing. So now we're back to the question of how I get this thing out. What I think, so this is why I put this piston here, was to push this mess somewhere more useful. Where's the sensor I can hook it to? Because it doesn't really need to be like on its own like line. Like it can share. What if I share with this? Does that work? So this should push this out. It does push this out, okay. Upside down belt here to pull it. Great. Gets a little bit confused, but it's okay. What if I have a belt like this? Where does it end up from that? Because I want it to end up on this spot. Perfect. Okay, that's great. 2 out this way. 1 more out. That might not work. That might be too wide. Where does it land with this? Ah, yep, that doesn't quite work, does it? How about like that? Does that clear all the obstacles? There it goes. Okay, a little too far, but workable. Is that enough room? I think that maybe. Okay, so that drops in there. I think this belt is going to be in the way, unfortunately. Yeah, that belt's in the way. But if I can get the if I can get it here instead. It catches on this. That might work. Oh, I wasn't holding it by the middle, though. This is rapidly becoming a train wreck. I mean, it's already been a train wreck. Where do you land? Okay, that was good, but it needs... That was good, except that it wasn't very good. That's the one problem with that. Other than that, it didn't do what I wanted it to do, is perfect. How about now? Ah, now this is in the way. But it does need to go further than that. Alright, I'm going to give up on doing it down here. And I'm going to lift it up and over the roots. And then try to finagle things into position from above. There we go. Okay, so... It's still lined up in the middle, it looks like. That can come forwards one. Does this pick it up? This should pick it up, right? And we can finagle it into place. No, because this guy is stuck. Because I'm stupid. There. There it goes. And there it goes. Yeah, we can work with that, so... So I want to drop it and then land on the arm. So maybe this. Oh, but this belt's going to be in the way of this die, ain't it? So I need to bring this one around from that side. That's what I'm thinking. So this piece is shaped like... It's shaped like that, which is very bulky and awkward shape. But we can work with it. That clears that stuff. This can't cross that belt line. Yeah, see now I'm running into this belt, which is a problem. That is as far as that one can go. But I can rotate this. And then if we go that way... Yeah, that'll clear, which is good. Actually, I think that might be just exactly what we needed. I think that's exactly what we needed. Oop, come back. Okay, what does this do? Is that what I think it needs? Does that do what I think it does? And not block anything? Because I'm definitely running into problems with my lines blocking other lines at this point. Here it comes. So that lands there. Then there's those. Okay, one block further back would do what I want. Except I think we need more cardboard boxes, which is not great. Can I squeeze them in anyway? Okay, yep. So I miscounted how many boxes we need. The two blue columns here. Here, I'll make them like this. If those were cardboard boxes, this would be perfect. See, so if those were cardboard boxes, then when these guys land on them, that makes exactly the right shape. But they're not cardboard boxes, because I didn't realize I needed them. That's not great. How can I stuff boxes in there anyway? Could run the welders through here. Can I easily get two more boxes? Kind of. Well, this is kind of in the way, isn't it? So replace that with a piston, that with a block, that with a blocker, I guess, and then a belt here. And then a sensor here, which activates all this stuff. Does that get me two more cardboard boxes? The blocker didn't stay open long enough. I mean, that sort of works. Like, it's not good, but... It's only a little bit of a lot of added complexity. Okay. Because the welders can just charge through there. That would do that. Where would the belt work for this be in the way? Probably. I feel like it's going to be in the way. Okay, that is something. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So one of you needs to go there and then fall into place, and the other one needs to go here. Connect that. Okay. Here comes cardboard. Oh, I didn't put the belt in. That would help. Get rid of these. Why are you doing that? Where did you come from? Oh, okay. So that is really not a good place for that, huh? Because the car comes and just crashes through everything. Ah, okay. That is solvable, though, by moving this one over. That... Hopefully the car's not going to hit it now. Maybe? Ah, now this upper belt is in the way. Did the car still hit it? Or is the car okay now? Car misses. Okay. So we just need to move the upper belt. I don't think there's anything important. I don't think there's anything where the shape is important on the upper belt. So just do that. Yeah, it's just the lasers. That's fine. Those are one block pieces, so the shape, how they move around the corners doesn't matter. Yeah, those belts are going to be in the way of this guy. Aren't they? It wouldn't be in the way if it was down here. There would be no point in raising them if I'm just going to drop them again. I recognize this. Ooh. It needs to come in from the sides like a lot, so that there's clearance. Like that. And yeah, like, I don't know, that or something. Because then there's still room for the big pieces to fall in. Yeah, so they end up right where they want to be. This is, I mean, this is terrible, but it could work. I need a weld right here. That could be a challenge. No, actually, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So, block, belt, drop it there. I don't know which way they're facing right now. I don't think it really matters. Well, I mean, obviously it does matter. But I can just twist them into the way that they want to. I think they're exactly backwards, actually. Let's, Can I just address it like that? Will that work? It's gonna take a while to test this. That's in place. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's add some belts there. Here it comes. Okay, so that is facing exactly the wrong way. Nice. So I don't think I actually need to spin them. Can you move it to the point where they made it there? Can something still fall if you move it from there? I'm not 100% I follow. I'm very tired. What I'm trying to do now is drop the welders in to weld the laser arm to the side there. And then I'm going to smoosh them underneath to get these ones. Oh wait, how does this thing leave now? Because there's all this shit in the way again. Up and back, maybe? So if the welders are facing this way, that's the wrong way. Flip it. There they are. So then we want to weld this. And then over. And then back. And then another backways welder. Where does the other arm at right now? Be here and here. Oh, that can't spin because there's stuff in the way. Oh, and then there's a belt in the way, obviously. Does that break this? Yep, that breaks this. Okay, good. I didn't want that to work anyway. When they get there together, you put a conveyor. No. Yeah, so Everything has to be welded together for it to accept it. If it's in the right shape but it's not connected, it won't accept it. So I do need to actually weld everything. Rotate there. Has this broken anything yet? Alright, and then one, and then... Yep, because I did that on a much earlier level where I wanted to prove that you had to use 2 welders. So I was able to assemble the shape they wanted and just not weld it. And that's not good enough. It does have to be connected. Ah, see the problem there? Block it off. Okay, so this is a mess, but I think this, if I get rid of these things, I think this assembles the full shape. So then it's just figuring out how in the hell to get it out of here. I think this is nearly there. I'm thinking we lift it out through this gap. So that's all connected. I'm not getting individual. I think this is the right shape now. I think we've made the thing. I need to get it out. I just need to get it not right here, right? And then we've actually done it. And also, you know, reset the welders and let them come in the next time. Where did the welders start on this journey? They started here facing that way. I think they end facing that way as well. So they're already facing the right way. I just need to get them back over here. That's doable. They come out on this belt here. So oh yeah, we just put one there then. Where do I want him to get? I want him to get here. I think we just want to go up. I think we want him to just go up and over all the routes. But not get in the way of this stuff. Ooh, okay. That's in the way of this stuff. Can't put a lifter there. Gotcha. What about this way? Just to figure out how to snake him out of there. Okay, and snake through here. They started back here. I think this spot is safe to lift again. I don't think that would get in anyone's way. And then we can put an upside down belt here. They're like this. Yeah, good. Oh, I can even go up one more. Great. I'm gonna go really crazy with this, and hopefully it doesn't block any existing paths. That needs to go up one higher still. Oh, look at that. That even lines up right where they want to go. Let me see if that actually cycles the welders correctly, or if that's in the way of something. Because I feel like that ought to be in the way of something. Because it's just right in the middle of the world. There they go. Yes, that is in the way. It's in the way of these. So if I can get rid of that. And now it's unsupported. It might still be doable. No, because this support beam needs to move too. It could be. Does that work? Does that give you enough clearance there? Oh, but it's going to hit this lifter, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that doesn't quite work. What if there was an upside down belt here? We get rid of this one. Now it's going to hit this lifter, not like it. Oh, and then the wing is still hitting this belt, this support. So we support that. Oh, and then this is going to be in the way too. Is this anything? No, that's not anything. Is this anything? Hang on. That makes the arm. Those two. There's the other arm. Oh, is it gonna work? Okay, okay. The welder's cycle now. That's enormous. Okay. Let me put a block here and a sensor here. So we're ready to undo the flip-flops. Yeah, almost ready. How in the world do I get this mess off of here? Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to save doing this part of the mess for next time because it's too late and I need to go to sleep. So, I have tried not to pause mid-factory build because I'm worried I won't remember what the hell I was doing. But we're pretty much there. I say we're pretty much there, like, figure out how to get that giant block in the right place is an easy task. But pretty much all we have left to do is reset the flip-flops, which I'm doing right now so I don't forget any, hopefully. And those can fit under that wire, right? So I'm going to have the sensors reset the flip-flops. I think there's 2 more to reset. No, 3 more. These 2 and then also that one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And then we hope to God that this cycles correctly. Because if this doesn't cycle correctly, like, I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. And then there's one flip-flop that activated these belts here, right? Yeah. Actually, just this one can... I think this one's good to reset that. That should reset that. So there they go. And then that resets it. And all this stuff's in place. And then the welders come back through, hit the cycle, we get more cardboard boxes, we get 1 more of these, which is good, because I only wanted 1. Do we get the right numbers of these things? We do. It looks like it's going to cycle correctly, I think. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. It is just figure out how to get this monstrosity out. But that'll have to be for next time. So thanks for coming. Yeah, have a good one.